여러분 안녕하세요. 오늘도 한잔한 MJ입니다. 강남 한복판에 이렇게 멋진 정원이 있는 이런 공간에 나와 있는데요. 심지어 유리 온실입니다. 여기에 제가 또 귀한 분을 뵈러 왔습니다. 당연히 여러분들 글렌그란트에서 60년 넘게 일하고 계셨던 스카치 위스키의 어떤 아이콘 같은 데니스 말콤, 그분이 떠나시고 이후에 후계자로 지명되어서 작년부터 활동하고 계시는 그레이그 스테이블스가 한국에 오셨습니다. 그래가지고 이 후계자로서 또 그 부담이라든가 이런 게 있을 수 있잖아요. 그런 이야기부터 글라스하우스 시리즈를 좀 맛볼 수 있다 그래가지고, 그동안 제가 글렌그란트를 굉장히 좋아했던 건 아보랄리스 리뷰하면서 얘기했는데 15년 배치 스트렝스거든요. 근데 그거에서 이제 정말 더 나아간 귀한 아이들 한번 맛 좀 보고, 글렌그란트가 버번배럴 어떻게 사용하느냐에 대해서 되게 얘기를 많이 했지만 이번에는 쉐리도 있고 뭐 좀 다양한 아주 새로운 시도도 있다 그래서 찾아왔습니다. 같이 들어가 보시죠. 야, 근데 진짜 멋있다. 공간이 밖에서 봐도 이렇고요. 멋진 정원이 펼쳐져 있습니다. 이야.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.
I handled that this
Glad to see you. It's about 12 years ago as a photographer, and I followed my master. At the moment, he was invited to taking pictures of the beauty of the Scotland. Colin Scott.
You met Colin, yes.
Yeah, you know him.
He's a lovely.
Colin Scott has guided us for 3 days.
Wow.
It was my first experience about the whiskey and distillery. For me, 15 years of the Glengrant, the batch strengths, that was standard of the bourbon cask matured whiskey to my people and my followers. But actually, I prepared so many interviewing lists. First of all, please tell me about the exploration, the rum cask finish.
Certainly. It's the first of the exploration series, and there will be 3 of them. It's an ode to the Major Grant, who during his time when he owned the distillery, he did a lot of exploring Africa and India.
Yeah, right.
He brought back the plants and his passion for gardening. Victorian garden at the distillery today.
Right.
This is the reason for the name of it, and blend of barrels, hogsheads and butts, married them together to create quite a nice liquid, and then finished that in the rum cask. My role is to make sure that we retain the Glengrant DNA in every expression.
All right.
So catching this liquid before the rum took over, so you could still recognise Glengrant,
Oh, is
though
it?
at the same time of sweetness coming from Jamaica.
Oh, interesting.
So we were fortunate. David Morrison, the master blender at Appleton, selected the casks for us in Jamaica and sent them across to the distillery.
Whoa.
And then checked them every week until they hit the peak. And then when they peaked, we stopped the maturation.
Is there any difficulties about trying new barrel finish? In these days, so many barrel finish overworld, but rum cask, it tastes like rubber or some oils.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really hard to control.
I think the great thing was that these casks were selected for us, so they were checked to make sure that they were quality casks before they left and before we filled them, just to make sure they were fresh. So they were very fresh. They'd been emptied in Jamaica 1 week and sent on the boat the following week. They were lovely casks, and they've created a lovely expression. Would you like to try it just now?
Yes, I cannot wait.
When you nose this, it's 48% ABV, so there's a big alcohol strength in it. You'll recognise the signature fruits of Glengrant there.
Right.
That floral notes and the apples created by the rum. There's almost there's like a flavour of banana there, a kind of real ripe banana at the end.
An orange like that.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of citrusy. Your own floral and fruity aromas, but there's a bit different.
And then when you taste it, you'll see that vibrant Glengrant flavours. And then the finish is real sweet again, it's we're going back to the bananas and pineapples as well.
Right, and smooth.
Yeah, for 48 and it's smooth. I think the secret is to build the complexity in the liquid before you finish it. So we had a lovely liquid before we finished it. So to marry those casks together and then finish it in the rum cask.
How long do you mature in before finish and after finish?
We need to be careful that the finish doesn't overtake the Glengrant flavour. It would be between 6 and 9 months. Once we did it on a larger scale, we just check the casks weekly, and then just catch them at the correct point.
Right.
Yeah.
It has its own character and didn't go far away from the Glengrant.
No, yeah, you know there's a rum influence at the same time, so yeah.
Yeah, right. How do you get into the whiskey industry?
Yeah, when I was a child, I lived next to a distillery. So I lived next to Strathyla Distillery.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I had to walk through it in the morning to go to school, and then walk back through it at night. Yeah, that was where the intrigue started. And then when I left school, I was fortunate enough to get to work at Seagram's at the time.
Ah, yeah, right.
I worked in the administration department, the warehouse department, and then moved on into the production. It was great to see all the different parts of it, and then grow up with the automation, and at the same time, opportunity to move around all of the distilleries within that group. So I got to see different places, and just build on experience with the hope that one day you would be in charge of one of them, which I've been very fortunate.
Natural born to working in whiskey industry.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, living on Speyside, it's a natural thing to do. So yeah.
Maybe you already have so many questions like this before, after Dennis Malcolm. Even more over the Glengrant Scotch whiskey symbolic, iconic people. Isn't that much burden for the responsibility and under the big name?
I see myself as very lucky because the role I've got is kind of quite unique in the industry, because I've got the responsibility for the production, warehouse it on site, and we bottle it on site as well. Production role is quite a big role, and then the blending part on top is just the cherry on the cake. Don't see it as a burden. I see myself as that custodian of the Glengrant DNA to make sure that the expressions we bring to the market. I've been at the distillery now for coming on 19 years.
I know, yeah.
So I know the place quite well, and I worked well with Dennis for the first 10 years. So
as you're told, like a DNA of the Glengrant doesn't go away. I have the reason really like the Glengrant. You guys have floral and fascinates your own aromas as well. Very spring.
Yeah, it's a lovely, vibrant whiskey.
Yeah,
yes.
right. I think that's the character of the taste. How do you want to change, and how do you want to keep your DNA?
The DNA is created in the still house with the tall, slender stills and the purifiers.
Yeah, right.
So the new make spirit is a lovely, floral, fruity spirit, and this is what the characteristics that I need to keep every expression, because regardless of which expression of Glengrant you taste, will I ever allow the cask to take over? Focus is being the custodian of that DNA going forward. There'll be an exploration 2 and 3 at some point. They'll be the same as this. The DNA will be there and you'll recognise it.
That's Greg Stables' one.
Yeah, that's what the legacy I would hope to leave.
Maybe you're already planning the next one.
I'm working on it at the moment, so there's a few options. So,
all right. Last year, you launching 65-year-old masterpiece. I haven't tried, but it's looking very different. Combination with the arts. I've seen an interview about you, and you told us love the arts and you really want to mix with them. So is there any reasons and any plans, another one?
That was the first of our Splendours collection. There are another few to come, and the real focus for there was craftsmanship.
Oh yeah, right.
From John Galvin.
Yeah,
and
right.
then the beautiful glasswork, then that lovely liquid inside it. It's just great to be able to bring those halo products, with the Asian market being very important for us to come across, tie up with Art Basel, just seemed like the perfect thing, and it worked very, very well for us. So yeah,
I've visited more than 40 distilleries in Scotland, but still I haven't been. Yeah.
So you need to come, please.
Yeah, I will.
Please, there's no excuse now. Please.
Yeah. What about 30 years? 25 and 30 years. How does it different?
They're different because going back to using some sherry casks here, so there's a bigger sherry influence than what any other of the core range.
All right.
At the short history of the distillery, Campari bought the distillery in 2006. So 19 years ago, and at that time, the 5-year-old Glengrant, which was the biggest selling whiskey in Italy.
Right, I know.
They bought the inventory to satisfy the young Glengrant. It's taken us almost 20 years to be able to build up those casks, come into the core range with 21, a 25 and a 30, which is a great statement for us.
Normally we just try, less than 21. It's very expecting.
Yeah, they're part of the core, so you'll see them there forever now. So, yeah.
Let me try the 30 years old.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lovely colour.
Yeah, right.
A big percentage of sherry and bourbon casks.
All right.
So the sherry has a big impact here, and on the nose, It's 48% ABV again, so it's strong.
Great. Wow, 30 years and 48. Great.
Yeah, lovely fruits and dried fruits there, like you would expect from that age of sherry. There's a sweet demerara sugar notes to it as well. Explosion of dried fruits, a lovely creamy finish at the same time, which goes on forever. So please enjoy.
Thank you.
Slange.
I can feel the nuance of the sherry, but still, yeah, that's very floral.
Yeah, I think it's very, very balanced.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. 이건 진짜 맛있네요. From aroma to palate, it's still Glengrandt. Very familiar taste. At the finish, it's amplified in the mouth. Cherry, and from light to heavy, it mixed on my tongue.
And it just keeps going, yeah?
Yeah, right. It's totally different from another famous sherry cask for matured whiskey.
It's light and balanced for
Very
sherry.
well balanced.
Yeah, so.
For me, the Glengrandt is balancing about the mature in the bourbon barrel. I always think about it, but it's different.
Yeah, this is. I think with the 15, it's very, very sweet. It's almost like chewing a toffee.
Yeah.
And again, it's a high ABV, but there's no burn with it. So they're different. If you taste these two together, you know they're Glengrandt. Yet there's the massive fruits in here versus the sweetness of the toffee in the 15. So yeah, it's an exciting range that we've got.
Very new for me.
Yeah.
So what's your plan? You managing the 25 and 30? It's kind of collections.
Yeah, so this is the Glasshouse collection. And again, that goes back to the major. He not only brought back the plants, he brought back fruits. And he had big glass houses where he grew these fruits. And during that time in the early 1900s, most of the barrels he was filling would have been sherry barrels. So it's a lovely tie-up to think that, it's a glasshouse collection going back to look at the major and what he did, and the fact that we've come of age now and we can share some of these sherry expressions.
Keeping the tradition spirits. People always want to experience new things. How can you make balance among that?
Yeah, I think the main part of my job is to make sure that what we've got stays as it is and the quality stays where it is. And then just sit back and look at the inventory from there and understand what's available and how we can make it consistent and keep it high quality. It's very exciting. It's great fun just seeing what we can create.
For Korean enthusiastic whiskey lovers, how do you keeping the healthy?
I enjoy swimming.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I swim about 4 or 5 times a week on my way home from work. So it clears my head and keeps me very fortunate. I've got a very understanding wife, so when I'm working long hours, there's never a problem. And I've got 2 teenage sons who are great fun, so they keep me balanced at the weekend. So
Great.
Yeah.
It's not that very increasing now, but still there's so many lovers about the whiskey. How do you expecting? Because you've been visited Korea before, you haven't.
This is the first time I've come across. Yeah, it's great to have the investment from Campari to bring me across for a few days, and we've had some really nice master classes, been very well received. It's great just to educate people on the Glengrandt and for them to understand the ethos of the brand and the liquid, and then to see also that we've got a lovely range of SKUs, which then means that there's a Glengrandt for everyone. Sharing that information, and it's very, very easy to do.
Right. Would you leave any messages for Korean Glengrandt lovers?
Enjoy it. Please don't be scared to go and try it. Try some new expressions, and hopefully I'll come back next year. And
great. Thank you for the time.
Super. Thank you for your enthusiasm as well. So yeah.
Thank you. And it's really great.
It just opens up even more when you. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
I'm fine.
So what should we do?
두 번째 디시였던 it's not normal. Like this high-end one.
I'm fine.
Sounds great.
Thank you guys.
This time, in train. I'm expecting. Yeah, more and
Don't
more.
worry, that's
No
small.
pressure. No pressure.
More for you.
But every time I poured it and left it somewhere, my wife drank it.
1, 2, 3, great!